Have you ever noticed a man who never seems to chase women, yet somehow women chase him? He's not necessarily the most handsome or the loudest voice in a crowded room, but something about him pulls people in. His silence speaks louder than words. His calmness radiates confidence. His stillness feels magnetic. He doesn't demand attention. Attention naturally gravitates toward him. It's not luck or charm, it's psychology. And not the gentle, romantic kind, it's the dark kind, the kind that understands how emotion and power intertwine. In this conversation, we're exploring a method so subtle, so manipulative, yet so fascinatingly effective that it can create attraction where none existed before. It comes from one of history's most cunning minds, Niccolo Machiavelli. But before you think this is about deceit, you need to understand something deeper. Used blindly, his strategy is manipulation. Used with mastery, it becomes a path toward control, composure, and influence. Because a truly powerful man doesn't chase approval, he radiates it. He doesn't beg for connection, he commands attention through presence. When you understand this principle, you'll never chase validation again. You'll embody it. Machiavelli was not a lover in the traditional sense. He wasn't a poet who sang about romance or beauty. He was a philosopher of power, a strategist who watched rulers, generals, and nobles rise and crumble. He studied the machinery of human ambition, how emotions control decisions, how scarcity creates desire, and how uncertainty breeds loyalty. His writings revealed a truth most people don't want to admit. Human beings are not driven by kindness or logic. They are moved by emotion and the illusion of control. And when you understand that, you understand the root of attraction itself. Seduction is not about beauty or words. It's about power, perception, and emotional tension. The same forces that make nations fall can make someone fall in love. Machiavelli noticed something paradoxical about human nature. The more predictable and secure something feels, the less exciting it becomes. When people are too sure of your attention, they begin to take it for granted. But if you mix certainty with uncertainty, if you can make someone feel safe one moment and curious the next, their emotions come alive. Their mind begins to spin stories. Why didn't he reply? What is he thinking? Has his interest faded? That mental tension creates a psychological loop that fuels attraction. He called this idea controlled unpredictability. It's one of the darkest yet most effective psychological tactics ever observed, and it works because it taps into one of the oldest truths of human desire. We crave what we cannot fully possess. Imagine two men. The first man is the kind most women meet daily. He texts constantly, responds instantly, always available, always explaining himself. He lays out every detail of his plans, every thought in his mind. At first, it feels flattering. She appreciates his attention. But slowly, the spark fades. He becomes predictable. There's no mystery left to explore, no emotional rhythm that creates excitement. His eagerness kills curiosity. Now imagine the second man. He's calm, grounded. He speaks slowly, with intent. He listens more than he talks. He's not in a hurry to impress anyone because he's already centered in his own value. When he texts, his words feel measured and thoughtful. When he disappears, it's not out of anger because he's living fully. He's immersed in his purpose, his own world. That stillness begins to draw her in. She wonders where he is, what he's doing, who he's thinking about. Her thoughts circle back to him without realizing it. That's not coincidence. That's psychological gravity. That's Machiavellian attraction at work. Machiavelli's insight was brutal but true. People don't value what's always available. The mind equates scarcity with importance. It's why rare jewels are prized, why limited editions sell faster, why love feels more powerful when it's uncertain. Certainty satisfies, uncertainty obsesses. That's why emotionally distant partners can occupy your mind far longer than those who are always present. They give you a puzzle to solve, and the human mind can't resist puzzles. It's the same principle used in marketing, politics, and seduction. When something feels rare, it feels worthy of pursuit. When something feels guaranteed, it becomes invisible. But here's where the moral dilemma arises. Is this power or is it manipulation? Machiavelli used his understanding of human psychology to control others, to make them depend on him emotionally, to make them crave his approval and fear his absence. But centuries later, the Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, taught something profoundly different. They agreed that control was essential, but not control of others, control of self. They believed that true strength is not in making people bend to your will, but in mastering your emotions so deeply that no one can shake your peace. Machiavellian detachment seeks dominance. Stoic detachment seeks freedom. One is rooted in fear, the other in discipline. But still, both paths use similar tools: presence, silence, restraint, and emotion. But their purpose changes everything. Let's explore how Machiavelli's dark method transforms when viewed through the lens of Stoicism, turning manipulation into mastery. First, scarcity. Machiavelli believed that people only appreciate what they might lose, so he would withdraw his attention intentionally, limit his presence, delay his responses, and create emotional distance. This triggered desire and pursuit. The Stoic twist, however, is different. You don't withdraw to punish others, you withdraw to recharge yourself. You protect your time, your energy, and your focus, not because you want to create anxiety, but because peace requires boundaries. When you stop being constantly available, you teach others that your attention has value. The less you give it away, the more it's respected. Second, mystery. Machiavelli revealed only fragments of his thoughts, leaving others guessing about his motives. People filled in the blanks with their own emotions, creating fascination. The Stoic man also practices mystery, but not for manipulation. He speaks with clarity and restraint. He chooses his words carefully. He doesn't rush to be understood because he knows truth doesn't need to be forced. His silence invites curiosity, not confusion. True mystery isn't about hiding who you are, it's about showing that not everyone has earned the right to know every part of you. When you stop oversharing, you give depth the space to exist. Third, emotional control. Machiavelli would remain calm when others panicked, giving the illusion of invincibility. This made people trust him, even fear him. But where he acted calm, the Stoic is calm. He has trained his mind to respond rather than react. He studies his emotions like a philosopher studies nature. He observes his impulses, but doesn't obey them. That steadiness radiates power because emotional control is the rarest form of strength. When a man can face chaos without losing his center, people, especially women, feel it. It's an energy that says, no matter what happens, I'm unshaken. That kind of presence doesn't need to speak, it's felt. Fourth, selective attention. Machiavelli treated attention as currency. He gave it sparingly and strategically because he understood that what's rare becomes valuable. A single glance at the right time could draw someone back in. The Stoic applies this principle consciously, not manipulatively. He gives attention when it's deserved, not when it's demanded. He's generous, but not careless. He's present, but not clingy, because he knows that where focus goes, energy flows, and he protects his energy like treasure. When your attention is valuable, others will naturally compete for it. Finally, detachment. For Machiavelli, detachment was ruthless. He didn't care who got hurt as long as he won. For the Stoic, detachment is discipline. It's not coldness, it's composure. It's the art of loving without losing yourself, caring without controlling, giving without expecting return. It's the understanding that everything external, people, outcomes, emotions, are temporary and outside your control. The only real control lies within. And once you accept that, you stop